Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with Symphogear Ep6. So last time we found out more about Chris, and we see that she is a victim, a trauma baby, if you will, of, this bitchy comical character who's supposed to be a good guy, but is in fact a really fucking creepy bad guy. Like, she's introduced to us as part of the organization, part of the um, part of our kind of main hero group, I guess you could say. As this quirky scientist that's like, oh, I invented the Symphogears and whatnot. I'm weird and quirky and I'm so silly. And in reality, she is a psychopath who likes to torture teenage girls while completely buck fucking naked in a castle somewhere. And force and gaslight them into, you know, attacking people and this organization for whatever her goal is. It's like, yeah, that's normal. Um, and it's so fucking clear it's her. It's like the hair is like dead on. The only difference is the hair color, but again, that can easily be explained away. It's anime. It's a fucking magical girl anime. That can easily be explained. And speaking of explained, something was explained to me in the comments last time. Apparently, the staff that Chris is using to summon the noise is not part of her armor. Also, her armor is not a Symphogear. Rather, it is the complete form of the relic that they were trying to awaken in the concert 2 years ago. Don't know why Chris fucking has it, but I guess it was just stolen. Just yoinked away. Probably by, the one who would have clear access to that. Yeah. Stolen by the very person who invented the Symphogears. And would have very much access to be able to steal this relic away. But apparently, so what I've been explained is that the Symphogears take incomplete relics. I believe relic is the word. If it's not the word, if I'm using the wrong word, I apologize. But you know what I mean. But the Symphogears take the incomplete relics and basically channel their power through the armor to make it so that they can be used. While the complete relics don't require that. They can just be used by anyone at any time because they're, complete. So that's pretty interesting. That's genuinely pretty interesting, and I'm probably gonna have a hard time remembering it to a notable degree. Keep in mind, I'm new to this shit. A lot of you have been fans of this series for a long time, for years and whatnot. This is very new to me. Like, I could very much go over the intricacies of the One Piece world to you, but that's because I've been watching One Piece for, 20 years or so? Basically, ever since the 4Kids dub first came out. Like, literally, since it first came out. I watched it right from when it first aired. I was little back then. Because I was I want to say it was 2003, 2004, something like that. And at that time, I would have been just over 10 years old. Because I was born in 92. So I would have been 11, 12 years old at that point. I was a baby. I was little. Well, I don't know if I would say I was little, but you know what I mean. I've been overweight for quite a while. For a lot of my life. Most of my life. For sure. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to expect with this series. So I'm still trying to get it all down. I'm still trying to fully grasp everything. And there's some things that I'm going to make a mistake on. There's some things I'm going to mess up either with the wording, or there's some things I might get wrong when I'm trying to remember things that happened. Again, this is my first watch through of it. I have not even been watching other people's reactions to it. I don't even know if there are other reactions to it. I actually haven't checked. So, this is very new to me. And it's just like, I'm interested, and I would even say I'm invested. But I'm still getting it down. So yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm just very interested to see where this goes at this point. And I just really want to see Chris be saved, and I want to see this scientist bitch get her comeuppance. I can't remember her name right now. I have a bad time remembering names. um, but yeah, I want to see her get her comeuppance. I just don't know what her goal is yet. And obviously, as always, no spoilers in the comments. I do not want to be spoiled. If it seems like I'm asking for anything or asking any kind of clarification on anything, if it's something for a spoiler, just be clear. I don't actually want to be spoiled. I'm just like talking to myself and everything. Um, I'm just kind of getting my thoughts out there. I never want to be spoiled, so no spoilers. So yeah, with where this is going, though, we're about halfway through. There's 13 episodes, so there is no real full-on halfway point, but it's about halfway through. And I'm really curious as to where this is going to go from here, because it's definitely got this ongoing narrative currently running. With the entire thing with Chris and this lady, it's like, yeah, it's definitely doing something. It's not like it's slice of life constantly. It actively has a story going. And I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go from here. I don't know what else is gonna happen. I know what I want to happen, but I can only say that from a personal perspective and all. But yeah, I am genuinely enjoying this. I want to make that very clear, and honestly, I also want to make very clear that I've been enjoying this. This isn't like a series where it's like, oh, it takes a little bit to get going. Like you saw from the first reaction, I was very much enjoying this. I was more shocked after the first reaction than anything, mind you, but it's definitely something that I kind of just got hooked into right away, because the first episode is just so damn intense and just shocking that it really got me invested right off the bat. And it really hasn't lost that at all. Like, even if I've been confused about things, even if I haven't like fully grasped everything, that doesn't mean I dislike it. It doesn't mean that it's bad for me. It just means that I haven't got everything. Because again, I'm new to this. And this is a very complex series. Like, that's unquestionable. It's a very complex series. It has a lot going on. And the stuff that's going on is pretty intense, pretty wild. So, there's a lot that I have to kind of get down. A lot that I have to memorize and try to figure out, and, you know, it's difficult. It's not something that can just be done, like, hand waved off. I have to actually put forth effort. But all of that being said, I am genuinely very excited to get back to more of this. So, yeah, we are going to check it out, and I assume that we're gonna have no real issue getting through the season. As for what comes after that, I can't say. We'll have to see when we get to that, mind you. But we should be able to get through this season without any trouble at this point. So, tell me in the comments below, just your general thoughts on where this is going. Without spoilers, of course. On where this has gone with all of these episodes and everything. And I also want to know just what you think of, like, my reactions to it specifically. Like, what do you think of the way I'm, like, kind of absorbing this series in? Of the ways that I'm thinking about this. Because I genuinely have no idea if there are other reactors to this series, and if there are, like, what do they think of it? Like, by comparison. Am I not as attentive as them? Am I more attentive than them? Are they just better articulating about everything that's happening than me? Yeah, probably. Honestly, knowing me and how bad I am at articulating shit, probably. But I want to hear these thoughts. So let me know down in the comments below. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. I'm signing off. Wow. For some reason, I thought I was doing the afterthoughts. No. For now, let's get this started and go into the reaction. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades black and then it fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, Chris is really, really fucked up by this manipulation and shit. Like, she believes that people can't, just support each other and be nice to each other, and that's just not human nature, and it's so much to a degree that the very idea of it pisses her off. And it's like, yeah, he really needs to get through to her here, because we need to stop this. So apparently also the bitch, I can't think of her other name right now, but she is being referred to by, at least by Chris, as Fine. It looked like, because it had the little accent above it, so that would change the pronunciation. So it wouldn't be fine, it would be Fine. So yeah, and it's like, that must be like some kind of like secret code name, that she goes by, so she's not, her true identity isn't discovered and everything, while she's, still being a scientist with the good guys here and everything. It's like, Jesus. We didn't get a lot of her in this episode, basically just her, like, staring at Chris, but it's like, I want her to, oh my god, I want her to die. I hate her so much, you have no idea. I hate people like this in general, in real life, and so seeing this, it's just like, there's that connection that just bothers me on such a fundamental level, and a personal level. And it's just, I hate her. Like, passionately hate her. It's just, This episode wasn't as exciting as some of the others. A lot of this dealt with Hibiki and Tsubasa kind of, bonding. Tsubasa's finally done being a bitch to Hibiki and is instead even kind of coaching her in a way. But the two are definitely starting to become closer, and we see them connecting a little bit, and I like that. I like that it's starting to move past just Tsubasa being, an edgy, traumatized, crazy lady who's going to attack her allies. That's probably a good thing. And we finally have Miku finding out. We knew this was going to happen sometime. Just didn't know like what was going to happen, and I didn't expect it like any time soon. Because as you know, my theory was that Hibiki was going to have to fake her death in order to, keep this a secret from Miku. That she was going, and that was going to be what explained the beginning scene and all at the graveyard. That's what I was thinking was going to happen, and that Miku would find out later on down the line at some point. But no, Miku just finds out here, even though she has no fucking clue what's going on. Still, it's like, Jesus. It's going to be very interesting to see where this goes from here, though, because a lot of this was definitely setting up Tsubasa and Hibiki becoming closer and probably more akin to friends, as well as setting up just more development and character with Chris. But I'm fully on board with Hibiki's idea of, just helping people and wanting to talk through things, because we need to save this trauma baby, preferably without causing her massive damage. Like, yes, Tsubasa getting severely injured helped her come around, but that's not going to work for everyone, and also Tsubasa did that to herself, to be fair. Attacking Chris and beating her up and just, like, mindlessly fighting her isn't going to help anything. The only reason Hibiki threw that punch at the end was because basically she was defending herself. Chris was being, like, completely, like, violent and was refusing to listen, refusing to hear, and was going to attack her completely, and was attacking her. And so it's like, Hibiki had to defend herself. Like, that was purely in defense. Believe it or not, an offensive move can be used in defense. She had to protect herself as well as try to get through to Chris, and that's how she was doing it. And it seemed like it was breaking the armor, so that's interesting. Is that permanent, or will Nehushtan and any other armor, whether complete or incomplete relic, will they heal themselves over time? Or if they get broken or messed up, is that permanent? I'm genuinely curious about that. Maybe we'll find out next episode. Maybe that'll be explained. Obviously, if it is explained, don't tell me in the comments below, because that would be a spoiler if so. But yeah, I'm very much still enjoying this. This was just a slower episode, I guess you could say. All the other episodes up to now have been a lot more exciting, and this one was only exciting at maybe a couple points. But it was more about the character growth and depth and development and all of that. And that's completely fine, and I like that, so I'm not complaining by any means. But yeah, definitely excited to see where this goes, so we'll just see next time. But that all being said, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of this episode? And I know you guys are going to let me know about my thoughts and what I might have gotten wrong and everything, which is fine. As long as it's not spoilers, it's completely fine. And I actually like hearing what you guys have to say about that. As I've said in the past, I love seeing people passionate about things, and I love to have that shared with me. So, yeah, all good. But all that being said, like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.